All you need to do at the end of the day, opportunities waiting. You have opportunity and you have preparation. They go like that. They go like that. If you ain't prepared, opportunity will pass.
All right, so your experience growing up in a refugee camp. Tell us how that kind of eventuated.
It was crazy, man. So like, what it was like is like people were killing people for no reason, right? And so basically you see the American government they get involved with everything, with everything. So basically you have Liberia and you have Guinea, right? The two neighboring country. America was actually providing guns to those two countries to kill each other, right? All because of power, like they want to rule like this oil. There's a lot of oil over there, and America's like the same way how the media actually how do you like they provoke people, right? And like they change things. They only tell you what you need to. They only tell you what they want you to know, right? They won't tell you the truth. So America, what they were doing is they caused the conflict. So Liberia and Guinea can be busy killing each other while they're stealing the oil. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why. And I just happen to be a part of it. I just happen to be born like in that scene. And growing up, it was worse. I had the worst childhood, but mate, at the end of the day, that's what makes me stronger. Even though like I have these images in my head sometimes, like of what it was like, and like even people in different countries have the Syria like kids that are in that situation. It's scary, man. Like it's scary because like.
But you come from that part of the world, you know what they're going through.
That's right. Like I know what they're going through, and the thing is like here like our biggest worry is like if our phone's charged for the day, if like we got this message from this person, or like did we check Facebook today?
Yeah.
The biggest problems over there is like how are we going to survive for the next day?
Life and death.
That's it. Like are we gonna stay alive for today? Are we gonna die within the next hours? Like, and that's all people think about, like how to survive. And that's what you say, like I'm driven, and because like I've seen the stuff.
You've seen that,
like, I've seen it.
Seen what's possible.
That's right, and I'm not like I neglect everything else around me. Like if you see sometimes like dude, like I'm barely on Facebook, like like posting all these things. I don't really care, like because I need to develop myself. What I see people on Facebook and like with their life, the difference of the difference from the first word and the second word, like the more established like Australia, America compared to Africa and like some parts of Europe, is that they don't need those things. They realize that thing is not going to make them who they are. It's just like an image we put on for other people, right?
Yeah.
And over there, you don't need to impress people. You don't need to impress someone and say I'm cool. Like I know, nigga, it's like I know you're struggling. I'm struggling. Let's be real, But the social media, we have two faces. Like that's it. We create
fakeness.
That's it. We create something so fake. Like we want, because it's the same. We want these kind of people to know how
Absolutely.
That's how amazing we are. And because like I realized that from a young age. I realized I gotta be myself. I realized I got to survive. I don't really care what you think about. I mean, that's why when I go and talk to someone about like I want opportunity. I don't really care if you think about like, oh, this kid's coming all up in my face.
Yeah.
Nigga, I don't care. Like that's what I want. Like
absolutely.
You want something. You
got your eyes on the prize. You want to achieve something. I guess the difficulty in life is finding a balance between living for yourself and achieving something not only for yourself but your family, but also having a more of a like beneficent mindset. When I say that, I mean your focus is on something greater than yourself. I mean, granted, you're focused on yourself and your family right now. I always want to think about things outside of my family and myself. Like it's called agape, the idea of extending the family unit into a world unit, into thinking about your community, and then thinking about the planet. And therefore, when you see someone down the street, your attitude is, hey, I need to help this guy out, as opposed to, hey man, you're not part of my family, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Because it's really difficult when you want to achieve something for yourself, but you see other people around you and you want to help them out as well, and you kind of have to find a balance.
That's right. And I found this thing like lately, because I got a little sketch happening. It's called Loop Life. I'm going around to people like homeless people on the street, because I was in the same situation, but the difference was I wasn't sitting there and begging for money. So like I just go there. See is before, like when I was giving, you see these videos on Facebook, you see people only film these things, like showing them doing nice things, right? Like giving people money and they film it, they capture it and they put on Facebook. See, I'm strongly against that. I'm saying if you want to help someone, like help them without having to say, hey, look what I'm doing, I'm helping. I've been doing that for a long time, just doing that, like going to people, like homeless people in the street, and what I'm telling them, we live together. Few of the people that I talk to, I don't just walk up and go. We get up and go. I take them out. Let's go. We go out to lunch. We talk, go out to lunch, eat. I give them all the resources they need in order for them
What kind of resources are you talking about?
So for example, right, you have these things like Sovereign Youth Direction. That's one thing. You have Sovereign Youth Direction. They're based in Moorabbin. They give you accommodation. So you don't it's one night every night. So all you need to do is you call in. You go there. You don't have a credit. You just walk in. You go there. Tell them I want a place for the night to stay, and they give you accommodation. You stay.
And most people aren't aware about that.
That's it. People aren't aware of that. Yeah. Like you sleep, and then you have like soup kitchens, right? You have soup kitchens. It's happening all around every day in different places. All you need to do at the end of the day, opportunities waiting. You have opportunity and you have preparation. They go like that. If you're in prepare, opportunity will pass. If you have opportunity but you're unprepared, like it's like vice versa. But you need to be, in order for you to get your mind right and save yourself, you need to be prepared and you need to like chase after that opportunity, and then they come. And once you have it, and that's what I'm giving people. I'm not actually like giving them a home or anything. I give them opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's it, because people don't have information. Like we think we don't know the story behind how everyone got homeless. Some people like they're not strong on the inside, and we can't just put them down from that. And I went down with my experience, because when I was homeless, I was my own dad, I was my own counselor, I was my own mom, I was my own brother, my own sister, I was my own teacher, I was my own everything. And I needed to like teach myself all these things, how to survive as a young kid. Just like from 15. And the first time I got homeless was 12 years old. For 2 weeks on the street, and then I got homeless when I was 15 again. So I'm at a young age, and we see people like they're a lot older, and we still say, come on, like you can do better than that, come on, get up and go find a job. But we don't really understand that it's not about the money. It's just like people sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
You know what I mean? You got to learn to be self-reliant. That's one thing I admire about you. I find as I'm getting older, obviously I have my friends and I have my family, but you realize that ultimately, not to sound morbid, but ultimately you were alone at the end of the day. When your life is done and you're 6 foot under, you're in the grave by yourself.
That's right.
Look, I feel as if you are alone, definitely to some extent. You are and you're not. You're not, because you obviously have people around you, but you make decisions for yourself. You navigate your own destiny, and it's so important to learn to be self-reliant. And I think you can definitely thrive from that, realizing that you are the master of your own destiny. And when you embrace that attitude, that's going to see you to success, as opposed to, so and so didn't help me out, and it's because my parents they didn't give me the opportunity to go to university. Look at you, man. You're the hustler. You brought yourself out of the streets into a situation where you have a roof over your head, and you've established your own company. You want to talk a little bit about that, by the way?
Exactly right.
You got a company that you're.
So basically, like Bain, what I would say is when I finished university with a bachelor degree, and I couldn't find jobs. Like everywhere that I went to find work, they told me that I need experience.
You actually have a bachelor degree?
Yeah. But no one wants inside auto engineering.
Oh, that's right.
No one wants to give me work. You get what I mean? I'm saying, sorry, like I just studied, I got this paper. At the end of the day, I realized it's not about the paper. And like opportunity in Australia, there's so much opportunity, but like there's so many people chasing after that opportunity too. So it's hard, especially like I everyone that said no to me, I didn't think it's because of my skin color. I just said, it's not meant for me. I always look at it, like I say, like people, we look on the negative side. Some people, they're in that situation and they say, oh, I can't find work.
People are so racist.
That's
people
it,
need to get out of that mindset.
That's it. But hey, like every no is closer to a yes. Maybe like I'm not meant to work for someone. Maybe I'm meant to create this thing, and that's why I went down. I just researched. I have my pen and paper, and I'm saying, how can I save myself? How can I get myself out of the hole? and I came out of rated. Rated, like the idea behind rated. I said to myself,
Rated as in rated, yeah.
I said, I'm rated. You know, I gotta love myself, and that's what the idea behind rated. Each and every one of us, we need to love ourselves. We need to respect ourselves. We need to know the value within ourselves. And once you know the value within ourselves, no one can tell you anything wrong against you, because you know yourself better than anyone. It's so what I'm doing right now, I got involved in web designing. And it's crazy because I didn't even know I was gonna end up being a web designer and a developer. And I've worked with companies like Biggins and Scott, Mr. Grazier, and Ignite Digital Media, like building them websites, and plus my own website Rated as well, like building the website, and I'm like with much more clients. And
I'll put the links down here a bit later once I've edited all of this stuff out.
Awesome. And so I'm like, so basically and like on the side making films as well and working with musicians, and because like I want to let musicians know that, you know, like there's this value within them. Like we don't need to sell ourselves in order to get something. You know, you just gotta like know who you are, know what you need, know what you're worth, and go out there and put the value, never undersell.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Brother, you should consider getting into the whole motivational speaking thing as well. You know, you can not only be a producer, entrepreneur, but motivational person.
Yeah, I've been doing motivational speaking, so speaking at schools.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. I just put it on hold because I had to, when I was creating Rated, I had to put it on hold. And with the motivational stuff, it's really hard to get out there. And people, like with schools, you know, there's so much things you need to go through, like before they even accept you to go there, because they're taking time off kids' education as well. And that's what they don't know is that they think that learning, flipping the books and pages will give those kids the knowledge. That's what, like, you know, it's what I'm trying to fight right now.
Yeah.
To say let them have like their own creation, their own understanding of life, you know, and how to learn, because they need to make mistakes in order for them to learn, and they need to be free. At that young age, we need to be creative. We need to be doing creative things.
I totally agree.
You know, and could you imagine? Like, I know we're going off time, but I'll tell this quick.
Let's wind it down, because I try to keep these kind of things relatively short.
Like, yeah. But could you imagine? When we start from prep, we start learning how to be like learning everything we needed to know about life, like how to cook, how to like clean, how to like solve problems, like the actual way, not just in books, like what's 1 + 1. You know,
just
like
realize this has turned to like nighttime. You can barely see ourselves unless we smile right now. So, but you're saying if we started learning from a young age how to do absolutely everything,
right?
Yeah.
And once we come, because we don't have 12 years, right? Like yes, 12 years. Sorry, like 12 years. Like, but you have prep, then you have like grade 1, and you have like 12 years of education. Most people come out of that 12 years with absolutely no understanding or idea what they want to do for themselves. And they need to figure out what they want to do, who they are.
And best way to do that is through creative works.
That's right. And then they have to go to university, another 4 years, study the degree, come out of that with a job that they don't necessarily need. And they're going to have to go and study again. So our whole life, we're doing something wrong. Or because like life. Because if you think about it, school is basically like prison.
Yeah.
You know, like it's restricted. Everything's restricted. You need to line up. You have less freedom. Like, you know, and you have a special time that you need to eat. You have like everything, and that's the structure that like the government like
definitely the education system. It needs a rehaul, man.
That's right, and that's right. And you and the wonder why like this generation is becoming like less wiser and less creative. And even with Australia, we have like the population, like we have more older people compared to different countries. And soon within the next decade or two, it's going to be doing like a major transition with the youth of today who will be looking after the generation. So if we're not prepared, could you imagine what's ahead of us?
Brother, you're like a politician going on a rant. You can speak forever about a million topics. Let's try to wind this thing down though before we go over again. But Cyrus, tell us, man, how can people get in touch with you?
So basically, you can visit Rated at R8 number 8 TED.com.au, or you can email me at cyrus@rated.com.au. And basically, my Facebook page, CJ Jensen, and I'm on. I'll reply, and through Christian as well. Like good friend of mine. And yeah, basically that's
Absolutely.
my easy connection, man.
Yeah, Cyrus, you're an absolute scholar. You're a gentleman. I appreciate the hell out of you, man.
Thank you.
I feel it's a blessing that you've come into my life, man. even though you're breaking shit all the time. You make life more interesting for me. And brother, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing you rise into the stratosphere of success in a very short amount of time, man. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out this black brother over here. Peace out, keep it real. Boom shakalaka. Ow!
Peace.
Life's purpose is to feel joy. Metaphysical, lyrical, saying nothing for truth. The only one to make change is walking in your shoes. Be the example, don't complain about the news. Making music and serving the world with the loo. Now you can be the same, or you can be the change. Find strength from inside, break through the chains. No one to blame, nothing to prove. You create your reality, it's up to you.